abusuafoɔ me nyinaa kɔ aba de ba KMTV ɛwɔ Facebook, YouTube, ɛna all social media handle. Ɛnɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛdi nkɔmmɔ bu sɛ as Africans, what are we doing with regards to the slave trade that happened to our forefathers? When you sit down and you analyze things as an African, you can see clearly that things went wrong when people who had opportunity to colonize us in our various countries or states did not do good to us, but took advantage of on us. In the sense that Portuguese colonized Ghana to some extent and left. Germans came, they couldn't. But it was UK that had opportunity to colonize our country. Yes, we are blessed with so many resources. I mean, natural resources, being in where the land is endowed. But when we came, the story that was being told, we think that things didn't go well. We're supposed to have benefited positively, like more than what we see today. I can even say that most of us are suffering because of those wicked actions that some of the people took against our forefathers. I'm saying this because uh, when we come together, those who colonize us, according to the history, tell us that they took plenty or major resources from us, being it the ornament that our forefathers used many years to build or to look for these ornaments. These little resources, they took it. Our artifacts, these British took it and shortchanged us in terms of history, in terms of what our forefathers had wanted to build for us. According to the research, it also reveals that many of our people were treated like animals. And I was not surprised to see the president of the Republic of Ghana and the foreign minister, Honorable Okujoto Ablakwa, and his deputy have been spearheading for compensation for these wicked actions that took place. And I don't know, up to date, if the whites still do respect the blacks. This has become necessary for me to say it because during this just World Cup competition, we saw, or I saw in a video, where Portuguese were entering America, Cristiano Ronaldo and the rest. Nobody searches them. No one searches them, subject them to that level of harassment. But when Senegalese or any other African country were moving, the way they subjected them, it's like they are criminals. So this came to my mind, and I was asking, so does it mean that the whites still don't recognize Africans as human beings or what? If they do have recognition and respect for us, why should two teams of different countries going to perform an official duty? One team was not subjected to scrutiny as to check them or whatever. But when it got to the turn of Africans, this biased decision, this biased treatment was mounted to some others. And I will take this opportunity to call on the President of Republic of America, Donald Trump, to revise some of the decisions that they are taking against some African countries. I believe that it is not only African people who are being corrupt. It is not only African people that may be seen as a threat to your security. Because, yes, if something is happening wrongly to our neighbors, it doesn't mean that all Africans are the same. But you see, Donald Trump is one president I really like much. I like him because of the way he take his decisions. But this is a plea that I want to put to the President of the Republic of America, that these kind of actions gives room for people to begin asking what I just said. That does our peers, our brothers, the white people, people from the developed countries, do they still respect, do they respect Africans? If they do, why? If they are not, why? This has become necessary because it become a soul in many of our youth and upcoming youth. The public do tell them that, oh, as for the white, they never have any good terms with the blacks. But then I want to still plead with the American president that he should always make sure wrong people don't enter into the country. But to the level where our colleagues, Africans, were subjected to that kind of treatment, we saw it as unfair and we saw it as biased because when you do that, you give room for people to say whatever he or she thinks. And I'm saying that because when I saw that video, it really affected me. So I was sad and I asked myself, so what really happened to the extent that one team or one party was allowed to go? But when it got to another one, he or she was prevented. So the question then is, ah, if you are a black person, how do you see yourself when you mingle yourself with the whites? And I believe that it is time the world find a solution to this kind of discrimination. I will never endorse illegal thing. If you want to go to America, please, you have to use proper documentation. You have to do proper documentation, and I believe that you will give the room for the people. But then, Mr. President Donald Trump, please and please, I know how you work. I know how serious you are. You never play with your decision. But then I will say that, President, please take another look at this decision, and don't don't treat us with mercy. Let us all pass through the same thing that happened. Not if we are two, and if you see that, for example, you want to give us maybe one bottle, you must give everybody that team A bottle. You must give team B two bottle, so that it shouldn't look like you care for another but not to all others. I think this is what is hurting me, and I want the authorities in America to consider that, because people are beginning asking a lot of questions as to that. And another issue is that as we are moving forward, FIFA should also make sure provisions are made for people who they intended working with them at that very day. So I am asking that let us be fair to whatever we do, so that one person will not be affected negatively. Thank you for watching KMTV. I promise to always come to you with a educative program like this. Thank you, and you have the right to send message or do whatever, but do not insult. I believe you have gotten my message. Thank you.